So a typical camp lunch might be a regular lunch meat sandwich. And you can do that, that's super simple, but you can take a really simple sandwich and turn it into a cafe-style panini just by using a nice roll and toasting it on some type of a griddle kind of pan. And that's what we're going to do today. We're making a turkey with avocado mayo panini. It's really simple, you'll see. The ingredients are all right here. This is our mayo with just a little bit of avocado in it. And we've got some roasted red peppers, some deli-style turkey meat, a little bit of fresh basil, and some provolone. So this recipe is beyond simple in that all you do is assemble just like you would assemble a typical lunch meat sandwich. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to our bun. And you know, when you're cooking at home or cooking at the campsite, it's always good to use your fingers. That's when you know you're a real cook. And we've got our grill pan heating here already. So in order to make sure that this doesn't stick, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to my pan. One thing that I like to do, if my meat's sort of room temperature already, then that's great. If I took it right out of the refrigerator like I just did now, I like to put it on my griddle here so it can heat up just a little bit because I want to make sure that my meat is a little bit warm in this sandwich. So I'm just going to heat it a tad. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to spread my avocado mayo on my sandwich. I have to tell you, I made this sandwich for my nephew who is one of the pickiest eaters on the planet. This is kid tested and adults love it too. The fresh basil really makes the sandwich pop. So now that I've got the mayo avocado on there, I'm going to turn my meat so that it gets a little more heat. So I'm just going to build my sandwich now. I'll start with the bottom bread, add my fresh basil leaves, and try to hold them on my sandwich while the wind blows. We've got some nice roasted red peppers here. And the other thing that I like to do, here's a camp cooking tip. I know people tend to camp a lot with big groups of people. So a sandwich like this, it's really easy to set up an assembly line and have everybody sort of build their own. And if you have different ingredients and somebody likes one type of thing and not another, it's easy for people to kind of do their own thing. So some people don't like fresh basil a lot. You can substitute a fresh spinach if you'd like for that. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my meats to the sandwich. And then my top bun. It sounds like I got a jet engine going here with my grill pan being as hot as it is. Now I'm going to add a little bit of weight to this. So any panini, all we're trying to do is basically flatten the sandwich a bit. This is a bacon press that I have, but if you don't have something like that, you can always use a cast iron skillet, which is usually really heavy. If you don't have that, you can use a regular skillet and just take a slightly heavy rock, put it inside the skillet, and all you're looking for is a little bit of pressure to kind of flatten the sandwich. As long as you have some kind of a pan that has some type of ridge in it, it will give you that texture in the panini that you're looking for. And I like to rotate my panini about halfway during my cooking time so that I get like you do when you're doing a steak and you've got those grill hash marks. So we're just going to let this toast. The olive oil on the bread is giving it the ability to toast up a little bit more than if it was just a dry bread that was on a hot pan. You could use butter on this, but I don't like to use butter because butter has it burns at a lower temperature, and I want to make sure that the bread gets nice and toasty, and the way that I do that is by using olive oil as my fat liquid ingredient. So it looks like we're almost done here. Nice and toasted. Check that one out. Let me cut this for you. Take a look at it inside. You can see this panini uses ordinary ingredients, but when you add all the flavors together, it makes a complex combination of flavors and textures. So thanks for visiting me at campingforfoodies.com. You can find this recipe and more information on my website. See you there.